duuuval.
What is going on, you guys? This is the Q-Bone here, and as you can clearly see, I am wearing teal and black like a duuuval cat. That must mean I'm here to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and gonna make this video short, sweet, straight to the point. I'm here to discuss whether or not the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are now 6-8 on the season, with one game behind the Tennessee Titans with 3 games left in the season, can the Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs? It's a very simple, straight to the point question, and I wanted to really talk about this right now because, you know, everyone talked about, you know, there was wishful, hopeful thinking that, you know, if the Titans lost one game before the final game of the season, which is at Jacksonville, that if Jacksonville had won out at that point, then Jacksonville would have won the division. And I said to myself, yeah, but you got to rely on Tennessee to lose a game, and, you know, you got Dallas coming up, and, well, we all know what happened against Dallas. The Jaguars won that game 40-34 in overtime, and the Titans lost their game against the Los Angeles Chargers. So now we're at a point where the Jacksonville Jaguars control their own destiny, believe it or not. If they win against their next 3 opponents, they will win the AFC South and host a playoff game. Those 3 opponents are as follows. The New York Jets on Thursday Night Football. This game will be at New York. I personally feel like the Jaguars favor or match up against the Jets pretty favorably. We don't know who exactly is going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets, whether it's Mike White or Zach Wilson. But what we do know is that their defense is one of the top defenses in the league. So it will be a nice little test, if you will, to see, you know, if the Jaguars are going to go to the playoffs, they're going to need to play against a playoff caliber defense. I think that's what the New York Jets have at this very moment. That game, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it will be on Thursday night this week, so I'll be able to watch it, so I'm very excited. The following game after that is at Houston for round 2 against the Houston Texans. Out of all the games on the schedule that are left on the schedule, this one actually is the one that makes me pause the most, mostly because remove their record, all right? Remove the fact that the Texans this year have only won 1 game this season. Remove that from the equation. The Jacksonville Jaguars have not beaten the Houston Texans since 2017. All right, it's been a little while. Not a little while, been a long while. All right, their one win this season came against the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, and you know how it is with teams within the division. Crazy stuff happens. You know, teams that you think that don't have a chance to win, all of a sudden they do have a chance to win. Trevor Lawrence has struggled against the Houston Texans in his early young career. In 3 games against the Houston Texans, he has not performed very well in either of them. You could argue his first game as, you know, a professional quarterback in 2021, he threw 3 touchdowns in that game, but he also threw 3 interceptions. He hasn't had a good game against the Texans yet in his career. Maybe that changes in the final, excuse me, not the final game, the second to last game of the season. Maybe that changes, but that is the one game that really gives me a cause to pause for the remainder of this schedule. And then the last game of the season is at home against the Tennessee Titans. This is more than likely going to be the game that wins the AFC South. All right, the Titans, the way they're playing right now is not very good. All right, they got off to a rough start at 0-2, then they won 5 straight, and then they were at 7-3 at one point, I believe. And then they just lost 4 straight games. All right, and I get it. Cincinnati Bengals, I get it. LA Chargers, they've got some new mojo in them. I get it. The Jaguars, they were a team on the rise. And who was the other team? The Eagles, arguably the best team in the football right now. I understand that, but a lot of people talk about the Tennessee Titans as being one of those teams in the AFC that were one of the dominant teams in that conference. And then all of a sudden, they just lost 4 straight, and now they're heading in the wrong direction. It's not like, they lost 4 straight, but, they could still turn it around. No, it's not that at all for Tennessee. Their offensive line is playing terrible. Their defense is completely injured. The offense is Derrick Henry or bust. They don't have good wide receivers at this current time. Ryan Tannehill is not a long-term answer at the quarterback position. And I don't know if Malik Willis is necessarily at the point in his career where he's ready to be the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, or even if he is the starting quarterback for the Titans in their long-term plan. So, and hell, they just fired the general manager not too long ago, so they're already probably ready to just set off a nuke with the organization and just dismantle this roster, because the front office, or not front office, but ownership apparently was not happy with the direction that the roster was heading in. So I don't know. I don't know if I have the confidence in the Tennessee Titans to take back this division. So to answer the question, can the Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs? I'm going to say it's going to be a bold one to say it, because there's still 3 games left and you never know what happens in the NFL. But I'm going to say yes. The Jacksonville Jaguars will win this division, the AFC South, with either a 8-9 or 9-8 record. So that's how I see it basically playing out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is the Cubone signing off. Take care.